is Valley News Live at 4.
Good afternoon and happy Friday, everyone. Minnesota is loosening some COVID restrictions affecting bars, restaurants, and gatherings. Here are some of the changes going into effect at noon on Monday. Social gatherings will be allowed for up to 50 people outdoors or 15 people indoors. Bars and restaurants can increase capacity to 75% with a limit of 250 people. Entertainment venues, gyms, fitness centers, and pools can increase to 50% capacity. The occupancy limit has been removed for religious services and in salons, but social distancing is still required. Governor Walz explained why the state is rolling back its restrictions in a press conference today.
Cases are down, hospitalizations down, deaths are down. I will mention the variants again, not to sow fear, but to be realistic about what we're up against.
Governor Walz says that since the state is identifying variants and outbreaks now more quickly, they'll be able to combat them by shutting down smaller areas like counties rather than shutting down the entire state. Tonight on Valley News Live at 6, hear from two Minnesota businesses who say that while this is a step in the right direction, there's still a long way to go. Here's a look at today's top 4 at 4. The city of Minneapolis will pay $27 million to settle a civil suit with George Floyd's family. It's the largest settlement in the city's history. $500,000 will go to the community around the intersection where he died at 38th in Chicago. That intersection has been barricaded off since Floyd's death. This comes at the end of the first week of court proceedings in the trial of the former police officer charged in Floyd's death. A jury has found a Fargo man guilty of killing his girlfriend and setting her apartment on fire. 44-year-old Sheldon Davis faced murder, arson, endangering by fire or explosion charges in connection to the August 2019 death of 52-year-old Denise Anderson. Court documents say Davis went to his friend's house after the fire and told his friend that he had done something bad. That friend told police that Davis confessed to leaving the stove on at that apartment and said he'd talked before about wanting to kill Anderson because of pending domestic and sexual assault charges she filed against him. The man Fargo police say shot at them back in November 2019 is going to trial. Henry Aiken is charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, terrorizing, reckless endangerment, and unlawful possession of a firearm. According to court documents, he was waving around a revolver with a laser outside the entrance of the Radisson Hotel on November 15, 2019. Police say he fired his gun at an officer when he told him to drop his weapon. That officer was not hurt. A woman is in jail after a crash in downtown Moorhead last night. 19-year-old Kiaria Kakowski was arrested for reckless driving and fleeing from police. Officers tried to pull her over for speeding on I-94 from Fargo into Moorhead, but she didn't stop. Officers say they called off that pursuit because of her speed and erratic driving heading from the interstate into downtown Moorhead. Two officers were following the car when they saw it hit another vehicle at 8th Street and Main Avenue. That wraps up today's top 4 at 4. Now here's a first look at our weather with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Hutch.
Stacy, good evening. Hey everyone, I got to tell you, temperatures today a little bit less than I thought they would be here in the FM area, but still not a bad day. We do see a lot of 30s in Lakes Country into southeast North Dakota where the snow fell. Look at Jamestown, 50 gorgeous degrees there, and temperatures near that in the Devil's Lake area. Take a look at where the blue is on your screen, where things are cooler, and we talked about this last night. There is a look from visible satellite showing us where the snow is on the ground. Kind of lines up perfectly. Quiet conditions from the sky tonight. Radar is extremely quiet. Your planner for Fargo showing clear skies, quiet conditions, and temperatures that will sneak down into the low 30s by bedtime tonight. Light southwest winds will chug all night long. Grand Forks temperatures also in the 30s for the majority of our evening. All in all, the weekend is looking delightful. I'll have an update in your hour-by-hour forecast. We're going to update you as well on a significant storm in the Central Rockies. It's going to bring a chance of snow for our weekend, so we'll tell you how and when and where in a moment.
All right, Hutch, thanks so much. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum had hip replacement surgery today. He says the surgery went well. He's looking forward to many pain-free horseback rides in the future. The governor added, "I'm sad to report that even though I haven't used my 4 years of NCAA eligibility, my career as a hurdler is over." We're learning more about the fire that destroyed a home in Dilworth yesterday morning. The Minnesota State Fire Marshal has determined that fire was caused due to an electrical issue, which is consistent with the information provided by the homeowner. One man inside the home was taken to the hospital. His condition is unknown. Concordia College in Moorhead will offer more in-person classes in the fall. The college says its plans follow Minnesota Department of Health guidelines and are in line with Governor Walz' announcement today, aiming to increase in-person activities. Concordia will also increase the number of students living on campus and the number of activities and events. The college will still continue to offer online and hybrid courses. Some countries using the AstraZeneca vaccine are stopping. In Thailand today, use of the vaccine was suspended pending an investigation into reports of blood clots. Injections were also abruptly stopped in Italy. Italian media is reporting at least 2 deaths of military and law enforcement officers. Some experts say there's no credible evidence to suggest the AstraZeneca vaccine causes clotting, and pointed out that of the millions of AstraZeneca shots administered around the world, including in Britain, there have been no reported cases of the vaccine causing blood clots. To stay on top of the latest COVID vaccine-related information, use our VNL vaccine tracker. It's right on the homepage of our website, or you can open your phone camera and point it at the QR code on your screen, then tap the link that pops up. President Biden celebrated the American Rescue Plan becoming law during an event at the Rose Garden this afternoon. The president's message to the American people: help is on the way. The president also thanked Senator Bernie Sanders and other Democratic lawmakers for their help in passing the bill.
And I want to say to Bernie, stepping up and making the case why this was so transformational made a big difference in how a lot of people voted.
The Treasury Department now says stimulus checks will begin arriving in Americans' bank accounts as soon as this weekend. Governor Walz' announcement today means good news for Twins fans. Fans will be allowed at Target Field for the 2021 season, starting with the home opener on April 8th. Officials at Target Field say the safety of fans is still their main priority, and they're now putting together a reopening plan. Fans can expect an announcement including ballpark protocols and ticket plans in the near future. And speaking of twins, more twins are being born than ever before. The first global study of human twinning found that 1.6 million are born each year worldwide. The global twinning rate has risen by 1/3 since the 1980s. Experts say it's largely due to the rising use of in vitro fertilization. There's now an emphasis on refining fertility treatments to minimize multiple births in high-income regions like Europe and North America. As we head into the weekend, don't forget daylight saving time starts on Sunday. Springing forward means one less hour of sleep, and the effects can linger for weeks. Sleep experts with the Mayo Clinic suggest starting the transition now. They say go to bed 15 minutes earlier tonight and tomorrow so you're well rested going into the change. And as tempting as it may be, avoid sleeping an hour longer Sunday morning. They say if you do feel sleepy on Sunday, take a short nap no longer than 20 minutes in the early afternoon. Another reminder for your weekend: the Bison are back at the Fargo Dome taking on Illinois State on Saturday. The pregame show starts at 1:30. Kickoff is set for 2:30, and you can catch all the action on KVLY. The TV voice of Bison football is talking about something other than football these days. March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and Brian Shawn was recently diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. It has the strong voice you hear on TV trembling when he thinks about cancer taking him away from his wife and daughter.
I was really scared about that. You know, I was really, really scared about leaving them and not being there for them and not being there for my daughter when she's going through these important stages of life.
Tonight on Valley News Live at 9 and 10, hear more about the crucial catch that led to an early detection of his cancer and what's next for Brian and his family.
It's like a third location, and so my students are there and I'm here, and we can meet together in Minecraft.
If your kids are into Minecraft like mine, this next story is for you. We'll show you how a professor is using the game to take his teaching to the next level.
And temperatures topped out at 50 degrees in Jamestown, Carrington. Even better than that. A beautiful weekend in store, but it does not come without a little bit of growing pains. I'll have details in your forecast next.